Kaninong showbiz breakup ang nagulat ka?
I was shocked.
Sino pinaka-favorite mong na-interview and why?
I always say that interview because I thought it was going to be the worst interview I would do in my life. It was a difficult experience, pero huwag niyo overyakin.
It's okay.
Yeah, it was hard. It was difficult.
Hey vlog, welcome to my guys. Para lang ba iba? Now, this is a very special vlog para sa akin. Actually, every single time, an interview is always special because there's always something to learn. Pero eto, I think this is the first time na may interview ko siya. Kahit isang mundo ang ginagalawan namin, kahit sabihin mo na isang art ang iniikutan namin, pero first time ko yata siyang ma-interview. We have on Luis Listens, thank you very much, the King of Talk, Tito Boy Abunda! Hi, Tito Boy!
Hi, at maraming salamat. Oo nga naman, no?
Diba?
This is the first time you're doing an interview with me. Totoo.
Siyempre, kadalasan, The Buzz, before, kayo
Right.
nagtatanong, o any other talk show, 99.9% ikaw nag-i-interview.
Totoo.
How does it feel na ikaw naman ang tatanungin?
I'm excited because it's you. And it's always exciting to do something for the first time. You know why? I don't know what's gonna happen. And that excites me. Totoo. Anything that's uncertain, anything that's unknown, anything that makes me fidgety, unfamiliar, excites me.
Di ba, next naiisip ko lang, di ba, every single day, like you did it on a daily basis,
Right.
na nag-i-interview ka ng mga tao, may konting ano ba yan? May konting kaba? Is there a certain sense of anxiety na ikaw naman ang tatanungin? Baka mamaya may matanong na hindi mo na-expect na tanungin.
Hindi ka ba? The excitement is correct. Yung kaba kasi, naubos na.
Oo, sa industriya.
You know why? Because I'm very comfortable. I used to be nervous because you go for perfection. I have to say the right things. Kailangan tama ang sagot ko. Kailangan matuwa kayo. Kailangan magustuhan ni Luis. It took a journey to get to where I am today, kung saan pag matapilok po ang aking dila, ang E maging I, ang O maging U, dahil
Yes.
waray ho ako, I'm okay. I'm fine. So, hindi madali yung navigation ng distance na yon. So, nawala na ako because I don't think I speak and I do interviews both as an interviewer, as an interviewee, not running after pleasing anyone. I mean, you know, I've come to the point when this is who I am.
What you have to offer, take it, love it, or leave it.
That's right. Walk away, embrace me. You have the right to do anything. I'm okay.
Tanong ko sa'yo, did you ever look back at yung mga unang-unang mga interview mo?
Bad.
And being so seasoned now, na marami ka nang natutunan, napagdaanan, tapos pinanood mo, for example, your first year hosting. Ano ang pakiramdam looking back at?
That was crazy. That was crazy. Kung merong the worst interviewer in the world, runaway winner ako. Naalala ko, I don't know exactly pangalawa, pangatlo, pang-apat na interview ko. I was doing show and tell. It was a Saturday evening show.
Okay.
Kasi time slot yun ng Penthouse Live.
Medyo gabi. Medyo
RSVP,
gabi.
10 o'clock Saturdays. And then I did a show with Gretchen Barreto called Show and Tell. I was doing short interviews. Hindi ko alam kung sinong aking ini-interview. May mga the faux pas of this world, no? Yung mga maling pagka-pronounce, maling... One
Grammar.
particular interview, I was so engrossed in the interview na parang sinasabihan ko yung girl, I don't remember anymore kung sino. How does it feel na ikaw ang eye of the apple ni Luis Mazano?
Seryoso?
Inulit ko pa.
Wow, okay.
Emphasis, yung mga ganung bagay.
Oo.
I used to be very conscious about it. I used to be very conscious about what people would think about me. I used to be very conscious about making sense. I was very
Nung
conscious.
nalaman mo na tama yun, nung nalaman mo yun yung totoo na apple of the eye, anong ginawa mo pag-uwi? Iniyakan mo ba?
Hindi.
Or...
Alam mo, that's why when I teach today, sa hosting classes ko and interviewing classes, parati kong sinasabi na yung mali na nagagawa natin when you do public interviews, ang laki-laki niyan sa atin na para bagang you committed a crime.
Oo.
Pag pinanood mo naman, di naman ganun kalaki.
No, at ngayon kasi, madaling kumalat.
Yun lang.
Dati, kung sino lang nakapanood. Kung nagkataon na 3 lang nakapanood, safe ka. Ngayon, uulit-ulitin pa yan, di ba?
Tama. And that's the advantage of having started a career during the time.
Oo.
Medyo, meron pang...
May leeway ka pa.
Correct. Oo, yun. But I was very bad. I was very bad when I was starting doing hosting and interviewing jobs. I was remember, Luis, hindi naman ako interviewer. I was a manager. I was a talent manager. I still am. I was a publicist. I came from the theater where I worked with Lola, with Tita Ninita. So, yun ang aking mundo. Nung inilagay ako sa telebisyon, I was totally clueless. Totally clueless. But, like your mom, noong nabigyan ako ng pagkakataon, nag-aral ako. Pinanood ko lahat ng klase ng interviews, nagbasa ako ng lahat ng pwedeng basahin, nag-homework na ako. I was watching the bad and the good para malaman ko kung paano gawin yung trabaho.
Ang tawag sa'yo, and of course, well-deserved, King of Talk. Kung may ibang moniker kaya para sa'yo, ibang title para kay Tito Boy, what would it be?
Pole dancer.
Sobrang galing mo, kahit lagyan mo ng mantika, kayang-kaya mo pa.
Ay, hindi. Kakapit pa rin ako doon. Nasa taas pa rin ako. Oo. Kung hindi king of... You know, I don't even know how it started. I haven't talked about this. I don't even know who gave me that title. Hindi ko alam paano nag-umpisa. Hindi ko alam kung sinong napakabuting tao. Not that I subscribe, not that I live waking up in the morning and saying I am the king of talk, pero I realized as a brand specialist that it became easier because I had a title. I had a title. It is important. It doesn't define my work. It doesn't define who I am. It doesn't define how I live. But in the context of branding, malaking tulong yun.
Ang ginawa sa akin ng ABS, kung di ako nagkakamali, ang pambansang host, di ba? Kung bibigyan mo ako ng title, Tito Boy, anong ibibigyan mo ng title? Isipin mo kung gaano ako kakisig, kung isipin mo na ako'y kadalasan pinaglalawayan ng isang katauhan at kahit pa paano nag-host din ako. Kung bibigyan mo ako ng isang title ngayon, yun na ang gagamitin ko, baka ipatattoo ko pa sa likod ko.
Oo. Pero alam mo, totoo yan, Luis. You know, I love the title of your vlog.
At yung mga nanonood, the Luisteners.
The Luisteners.
Diba?
Ganda. I love that aspect of interviewing because in my classes, again, I go back to my syllabus, meron kaming exercise na wala kaming gagawin kundi makinig. Meron kaming mga exercises, halimbawa, na makikinig ka lang and then you do an extemporaneous, sa Amerika ang tawag po niyan ay spontaneous, speech based on what you heard. And using your instinct and your reason.
How does it feel, Tito Boy, na sabi mo nga when you started, worst host, sabi mo, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero eto ngayon, you have that experience, that credibility na anong pakiramdam yung first day na nagturo ka as a host, tapos ang daming nandun?
It's gratifying both for the mind and the spirit na parang I came from nowhere in terms of hosting, literally nowhere. Tapos sineryoso ko yung trabaho at ako'y sumulat ng syllabus at ako'y nagtuturo. And I put that into an academic framework.
Di ba?
Yung fulfillment, parang lilipad ka.
Di ba?
Oo.
Sabi mo nga, we did an interview before para sa'yo naman na you pretty much live in the spotlight. Di ba? Anong isang bagay na hindi alam ng mga tao tungkol kay Tito Boy, the King of Talk?
Na meron akong pigsa ngayon dito. Pagkatapos ng interview na to, diretso ho ako sa ER at ipapiprick ko po.
Actually, since nagba-vlog kami, gagawa kami ng pangalawang vlog, Popping Tito Boy's Pigsa. Ang ganda nun, ang million views yan.
Totoo yan. Isang pimple na malaki na napakasakit sa loob. You know, I'll tell you, I'm very public. Pero merong mga aspeto ng buhay ko, katulad nung tagyawat sa likod ko na malaki, that I keep to myself. Alam mo, Luis, somebody once said that the power of a powerful man is defined not by his power, but by the things that he can keep to himself.
Wow! Sino yan? Kung di ako nagkakamali, nagsabi, Long Mejia, tama ba?
Palagay ko. We're talking about Long, the philosopher.
Yes,
no?
yes.
Mejia.
Oo.
Palagay ko. No, pero yun yung sinasabi natin na no matter how public you are, no matter how big that spotlight is, meron at meron ka na ikaw lang at ang sikmura mo at ang Diyos ang nakakaalam.
Tama na naman. Sabi nga,
Protect it.
no, share ko lang din. One thing, diba we spoke before, sabi nga ni mommy ko, ang payo niya sa industriya. One, ang sabi ni mommy is madaling sumikat, but it's about longevity. At isang sinabi ni mommy ay magtira ka para sa sarili mo. Don't put everything out there. Diba?
And easier said than done. That's tough.
Yeah.
That's really tough. Kasi ako ang nakatulong. Dahil I became very public, I took on a public job. Pero yung purpose ng buhay ko was my mother at home. Ang compass ko, nanay ko, up to now, in life and in death, she has remained my moral compass. May mga pagkakataon I catch myself making decisions. Ang tanong ko pa rin, pag buhay ang nanay, ano kayang sasabihin? Matutuwa kaya ang nanay ko pag ginawa ko ito. Yun. So, merong mga aspeto ng buhay ko na akin lang. And I'm glad I was able to take certain things really close to my chest.
Because even for public figures, about certain moments that you want to keep to yourself.
Right.
Tito Boy, sa lahat ng napagdaanan mo sa buhay, the good, the bad, ano na ang most important life lesson na natutunan mo?
Mula sa nanay ko, the first thing that comes to mind, dalawa actually, parating sinasabi ng nanay ko, kahit anong mangyari sa'yo sa buhay, huwag kang mawawala pa uwi. Never lose your way back home. Teacher ang nanay ko grade 1 teacher. So ang trato niya sa akin, pupil.
Okay.
Grade 1 pupil. Pangalawa, naniniwala ako sa competition, Luis. I'm very, very competitive. Pero I believe in healthy competition. I don't subscribe too much to this whole notion about I don't compete, although I respect it. I don't compete, I compete with myself. Hindi. I compete with everybody. I compete with everybody because sa pamamagitan ng competition na yon, I am cognizant of what happens. Ano bang ginagawa nila? Ano bang ginagawa ni Jon Stewart? Ano bang ginagawa ni Luis Manzano? Ano bang ginagawa ni Bianca Gonzalez? Totoo yun.
Yeah.
And that's competition. By knowing what they're doing, you learn along the way. You learn along the way. Pero hindi ako natatakot matalo. I used to join declamation contests sa Borongan, Eastern Samar. I used to join oratorical contests, pati nga dance contests. But nanay would always say, in Waray, it sounds this way, bago pa magtikang itong contest, ikaw na ang nagdaog. Even before a contest begins, you are my winner. Wow. Ba't ka matatakot? Di ba?
Oo naman.
Panalo na ako sa nanay ko
Alam mo, I never got to meet, I mean, siguro I met nanay, but we never got to hang out, to sit down.
Right.
How do you describe her?
Formidable.
Wow, in what way?
Formidable. In all ways. She was a formidable woman. She was very strong. She was unafraid. The laughter was infectious. And what a presence. Mahirap na mahirap ang nanay ko. She was a public school teacher for 41 years, 11 months, and 2 days. Nagturo ang ina ko ng grade 1. Formidable is a term. Higit pa sa tapang. Higit pa sa hindi takot. My nanay was present. Parating sinasabi niya, be present. My nanay was always present. Hindi umatras sa maganda at hindi maganda na nangyari sa aming buhay.
Every day with our mothers is special. Diba? That's a
Yeah.
given. But do you have one fondest memory na kumbaga, yun yung anchor mo na binabalik-balikan pag sinanay ang pinag-uusapan?
Nanay had dementia. And she passed on December 1 of 2019. Hindi ko alam, pag pinag-iisipan ko, ano ba ang defining moment naming dalawa ng nanay? It was when she was weak, she was bound to the hospital bed. Ako'y nagpagawa po ng isang hospital bed kasi hindi na nga siya ambulatory para naikikilos namin. But what defines it is, I don't know, iba yung connection ko sa nanay na at a point when I thought she was going to forget my name because of dementia. Alam ko na hanggang dulo ng kanyang buhay, she didn't forget my name.
Wow.
Kasi, pagkakatapos ng Tonight with Boy Abunda, midnight, I'd go to St. Luke's, hindi kakain hanggat hindi dumadating ang kanyang anak. But nanay was not, hindi na nagsasalita, hindi na nakipagkwentuhan. She was alive. I mean, I would wake her up. pero hindi kakain hanggat hindi ako dumadating. And then, alam niya, pag sinasabi ko, Nanay, dito na ako, alam niya, ang kanyang anak na si Boy ay naroon na. I don't know why I keep going back to that experience as a defining moment of my relationship with Nanay. Siguro, dahil noong hindi na siya kasing lakas physically, noong siya'y inaatake na ng demensya, kumapit na lang kami doon sa kung anuman ang pwedeng umandar. And at that point, I thought she was living to the heart. Di ba? Yung, hindi ka pwedeng hindi makilala ng nanay mo eh. Pagpuso na ang pinairal. There was a time I would be talking to her, hindi naman siya sumasagot sa akin. Nanay, alam mo ba ang mga nangyari ngayong araw? Alam mo, Nay, ganito ang gagawin ko. Alam mo, Nay, si Manay, ang aking kapatid, ganito, magsusumbong ako, ganito ang ginawa nila, etc. There were moments when I'd tell her stories that were sad, siguro. Makikita mo lumuluha. Oo, lumuluha. So sabi ko, ay, ang nanay, ipinagpapatuloy pa rin niya yung kanyang, kasi we love to talk. We love to do conversations about anything and nothing. Pareho kami madaldal. Pero, kahit kailan, Luis, hindi ako sumagot sa nanay ko pagalit.
Seryoso?
Ay, seryoso.
Kasi yari ka.
Yari ako at nailagay sa isipan ko, bata pa ako, na pag sumagot ako sa nanay ko, impyerno ang tuloy ko.
Ah, wow.
Totoo yun.
Okay.
That was so present in my mind.
Ako, I just want to add din, we're on the same page. Na despite kung gaano ako kadaldal,
Totoo, no?
I can honestly say na never ako sumagot ng pabalang kay mommy. As in, looking back, I mean, of course, minsan you talk, you may argue, pero yung sabihin mong pabalang talaga na sagot, parang never ko siya ginanon.
Ako din. Sa daldal kong ito, sa tapang ko rin ito, sa lakas ng loob kong ito, hindi. Hindi ko nagawa yun.
Ang galing, because what you said na despite what nanay was going through, it was her love for you and your love for her that kept her going.
Yeah.
And it was there all throughout.
Yes.
At
She died in my arms at 3:48 in the morning of December 1. Dito namatay ang aking nanay. It was a difficult experience, pero huwag niyo off-air.
it's okay.
Yeah, it was hard. It was difficult. Pero it was so painful. Alam mo, Luis, yung pakiramdam na to be gutted, alam mo yun, yung para kang hinihiwa, buong katawan mo, thank you, buong katawan mo, parang yung hinahati ka. Ganun ang pakiramdam mo. Wala, hindi ka nagfa-function intellectually, mentally, emotionally, nung nawala ang nanay. And I was dealing with the pain. Sakit. Bago ako umalis ng bahay, before this conversation, I had to say, Nay, bye. Ngayon, sanay na ako eh. Pag dadating ng bahay, Nay, dito na ako. Naging bahagi ko na. And I always share this with my relatives. Sabi ko, ayoko mawala yung pain. Ayoko mawala yung pain. Because for as long as I live, I want this pain to be part of my life. Because this is the only thing that connects me to my mother.
It's an acknowledgement of your love for each
At
other.
saka, yan ang nagpapabuhay. Ayoko mawala. Umiiyak ako, kahit saan, pag naalala ko, umiiyak ako. Ngayon, I haven't been to my Lipa rest house in about, 2 years? Siguro 1 year and a half, hindi ko tagal. Alam ko, pagbalik ko doon, I built her a small chapel.
Kita ko yun.
Alam mo, pagbalik ko doon, alam ko, iiyak ako. Pero, hindi ko na pinipigilan. Sige lang. Because, even in death, she remains my moral compass. And even in death, she remains present in a good way, not in macabre way.
Yeah.
In a good way, she remains present in my life.
Thank you for that story, Tito Boy. Thank you very much. Okay. Ano natin, nag-prepare ako ng mga top 10 para sa iyo, Tito Boy.
Okay.
Nag-prepare mga top 10 para sa iyo. Ito, pinag-usapan namin to ng buong pamilya ko, paano tatanungin. So mag-ready ka, kasi kami na hot seat mo. Hindi pa to fast talk, ha? Hindi pa to fast talk. Top 10. Sa lahat naman ng interview mo, sa mga shows mo, current and past, sino pinaka-favorite mong na-interview and why? Pag nakita mo siya na, sinong guest natin for this coming week, you always look forward to that interview.
Tough, ha? That's really tough, Luis. Hindi, marami.
Oo.
Pero wala ako, because the real answer to that is, bawat interview mo ay parang libro. Iba ang takeaway mo. At hindi ho ito pagpaka-safe, ha?
Yeah.
I have favorite interviews. I have favorite interviews. Pero, wala talaga ako single interview that stands out. Alam mo yung sinong nasa isip ko ngayon? Sarah Jessica Parker. Only because, I went to that interview of Sarah Jessica, I was given 12 minutes. Tapos, in advance nila yung schedule. Ganoon naman pag mga junkets, di ba? Ibig sabihin, instead of 4 o'clock, they made it 3 o'clock. So I was told late, tumakbo ako doon kung saan kami mag-uusap. So I had 6 minutes remaining. Pag nag-i-interview tayo, Luis, naghahanda tayo. Nagbabasa tayo, nagtatanong, tumatawag sa mga kaibigan, sa lahat. So I sat down in front of her and I started to do the conversation. 6 minutes and I said, thank you, Miss Jessica Parker, because I've had my 6 minutes. She said, no, sit down. You can continue. I said, no.
Wow.
Kasi may mga sumusunod, di ba? No, I can't. I don't know why I thought of her. Yeah, tough interview dahil Hollywood star. Another one, there's this nun. I was doing private conversation, si Sister Christine Tan. She came to the show, tinanong niya ako, sino ka? Off-air, 2 minutes to air yata, pinaupo na siya. Sabi ko, po si Boy Abunda, I'm doing your interview. Pasensya ka na, hindi ako nakakapanood ng telebisyon. Ako ay nakabase sa Leverisa, isang area kung saan pinagsisilbihan ko ang mga mahihirap. Sabi niya, bakit ba tayo mag-uusap? Sabi ko siguro dahil...
Gusto ko yung bakit tayo mag-uusap.
Totoo, sabi ko siguro dahil, sister, I think you're raising funds and your congregation wants to know lahat ng ito. Ito staff, Luis. The first 12 minutes, the first body, that was the longest body I've had on television. Dahil one word, kumusta po kayo mabuti? Ano ang ginagawa mo? Ano nagsisilbi sa mahihirap? Bakit gusto ko? How do you survive? Wow.
No, and na hindi siya, kumbaga, that's just her.
No.
Hindi siya nagtitipid talaga. Ganun lang talaga siya.
No, not at all. But that was the biggest challenge in my interviewing career.
Wow.
Na para bagang, paano ako mabubuhay dito? Iikutan mo. I spoke about, kasi armed ka, equipped ka with research, di ba?
Yes.
Sister Christine, galing po kayo sa isang may kayang pamilya. Bakit niyo po pinili magmadre? Gusto ko. Okay. So, ano po yung ganon? Until she started to speak about love.
That's how you broke the wall.
Love of Jesus, pinabayaan ko. I made her talk about love of God, etc. And I learned so much. And then, I started to relax. Na-in love ho kayo sa isang lalaki bago ho kayo nagmadre. Abay, oo naman. Ayun. Sabi ko, we will be right back. Oo. Hindi ko malilimutan yun.
At nakapag-usap nga kayo.
Nakapag-usap kami. And when people say, what was your best interview? And I don't know if you're going to ask me. I always say that interview. Because I thought it was going to be the worst interview I would do in my life.
I think it was, sinabi ko na to last vlog ko, I think it was Anderson Cooper who mentioned before that as a host, as a journalist, as an interviewer, you're given a certain amount of time to break through the walls of your interview.
Right.
Parang everyone has walls, everyone has an ego, pero as a host, as an interviewer, you're given, let's say, 5 minutes to remove all that and make that person trust you with your life story.
And when you do a live interview, doon ang napakahirap. Because breaking that, iba-ibang tao takes a while. Some people just choose to go for it after 3 to 5 minutes. Meron din naman malas. Natatapos ang pag-uusap nyo, hindi pa rin nagbubukas.
Tama.
Ang sinasabi ko parati, don't blame yourself. You tried.
Yeah.
That's why when you say, what is the best interview? The next one.
Tama. Ganda. Thank you for that. I'll keep that in mind. Kaninong showbiz breakup ang nagulat ka?
Showbiz breakup.
Kasi you've tackled a lot of
Oh,
those.
yeah.
A lot of those talagang inupuan niyo pa sa The Buzz, even up to now, sa Tonight, di ba? Kaninong showbiz breakup yung what? Nag-break sila?
The first, again, couple that comes to mind is Danielle and Catherine. I was shocked. Oo. Because during COVID, I did an interview with Danielle. Nanghingi pa ho ako ng adobo kay Mami Tin. Kapit-bahay, kapit-village. Hindi ako ready doon. I was shocked. 11 years together and...
And you're also a fan.
I'm a fan.
Yes.
I'm a fan. Oo, I'm a fan. In that interview, Luis, tinanong ko si Danielle, what is worse than betrayal? I remember that question. What is worse than betrayal? ang ganda-ganda ng sagot, yun ang take-away ko doon sa pag-uusap na yun. Sabi niya, being forgiven. Isipin natin, totoo yun. Yung to be forgiven na parang, wow, naintindihan ako, napatawad ako pagkatapos ng kasalanan ko. I realized that. It triggered a long conversation I had with Bong. Sabi ko, oo, no? Come to think about it. So, having come from that interview, akala ko, it was going to go smooth. Hindi pala. It was a misreading.
Parang babalikan ko lang, and I'm sure you get this kay nanay, I'm sure. Pag kunwari may atraso tayo sa mga nanay natin, di ba? Sometimes mas gugustuhin natin na bulyawan tayo because it ends there.
Tama.
Pero for example, bagsak ka, tapos sabihin ng nanay mo, it's okay, I forgive you. Mas masakit yun. Kasi there's a bit more behind it na siguro it's more of disappointment. Sometimes mas okay ka na bigyan ka ng isang matinding sabon instead of just saying na, it's okay, I forgive you. May bit-bit sa'yo yun.
At saka, Luis, the idea that I put you through it.
Yes.
The idea na idinamay kita. The idea na pati ikaw, inako mo ang sakit. Kasi when you forgive, you're literally saying, I get it. I feel for you. Kahit ang sinaktan mo, yung nagpapatawad. And that's tough.
Ito na, fast talk, Tito Boy. Ready ka na? Ready ka na, Tito Boy?
Okay.
Una-una, mabilis lang to. Kung gamit ka sa banyo, ano ka?
Toothbrush.
From 1 to 10, gano'n ka ka-loyal?
8.9.
May tingi. Complete the statement. Sana pagising ko, blank.
Sana pagising ko ay alam ko ang kakainin ko.
Last time na umiyak ka?
Oh, ngayon lang. Yakin ko talaga.
Second to the last time na umiyak ka?
It was about nanay. I delivered a speech before students at napunta na naman ako. My discourse led me to maternal love. Yun na naman. Pag ikunikwento ko nanay, umiyak ako.
Last prayer mo na tinupad ni Lord?
Ay, sabi ko bago ako umalis ng Maynila, Lord, give me the words sa pag-uusap namin ni Luis. And He did.
Sarap, no? That's also a prayer right before a big hosting gig. Lord, give me the words to say, give me a bit of humor, or the gift of gab, if you will.
Hanggang ngayon.
I still pray
Hanggang
that
ngayon.
every single time. Tito Boy, wala nang happiness ngayon. Walang happiness. Sex or chocolate?
Diyos ko, sex.
Okay.
Aanin ko naman yung chocolates.
Tito Boy, kung sakasakali man, bibigyan ka pa ng buhok, anong gusto mo? Isa sa taas o dalawa sa gilid?
Dalawa sa gilid. Kasi ordinaryo na yung isa sa taas.
Tito Boy, isang malaking butas ng ilong o tatlong butas?
Alam mo, I'd like to try tatlo.
Tito Boy, isang malaking nipple sa harap o 5 sa likod?
Ay, gusto ko yung 5 sa likod.
Luis o Piolo?
Nahirapan.
Ako nag-i-interview siya, pagbigyan mo naman ako.
Ay, hindi, Luis. Luis ang pipiliin ko. PJ, naiintindihan mo yan.
Tito Boy, thank you. Thank you for being, although I never took your classes, thank you for being a mentor. Thank you for being a friend to me, to Jessie, to my family. And thank you for being an icon na for us hosts, na it's easy to look up to you because hindi ka maramot. Hindi ka maramot sa alam mo, hindi ka maramot sa napagdaanan mo, and you're more than willing to share so that everyone excels. And thank you for this interview, Tito Boy. Thank you. Last, advice mo na lang sa akin din.
Just keep searching. Searching and searching. Never stop.
Tama, I completely. Tito Boy, thank you for being
Maraming
here
salamat.
on Luis Listens. Ikasama dyan, Tito
Maraming
Boy.
salamat po sa inyong lahat.
At Tito Boy, I will end the show with a few words of wisdom. So ito po ang Luis Listens Words of Wisdom. You know this, Tito Boy. Naiyak ka nga kanina. Minsan, hindi nila alam kung ano talagang pinagdaraanan mo. Minsan, hindi po nila alam kung gaano talaga kasakit. Minsan, nagtataka sila kung ba't lumalayo. Hindi nila alam kung gaano kahirap talaga. Pero minsan, kailangan mo talagang lumayo. Pag-uutot ka.
Totoo naman yan. Pero meron lang ako dudugtong.
Yes.
Alam niyo po ito, words of wisdom din.
Yes.
Minsan, hindi nila alam kung bakit parang ilag ako sa tao. Minsan, lumalayo ka dahil may dahilan ka. Minsan, hindi kumpleto ang iyong pakikiharap sa tao, minsan hindi kasing higpit ang iyong pagyakap. Kasi may pigsa ako.
I love you, Tito Boy. Thank you for being here sa Luis Listens. Thank you very much. Listeners, maraming salamat. Like, share, subscribe. Kung nga, I'll treasure this interview din. May isa akong interview with Baron, and he had so many stories. And sabi ko kay Baron, this is one interview that I did not just simply enjoy. It's an interview I treasured. And this is exactly right there na isang experience that I will forever treasure.
I treasure you.
Thank you, Tito Boy. The listeners, thank you for watching. Bye, guys.